Dan, congratulations on the win. Could that fight have gone any better, handing Gilbert Burns the first stoppage loss of his career?
Oh, was it? I was unaware of that. Yeah, like the win was good. Yeah, wasn't that happy about it, but
Really?
well, I flew. You think I flew halfway around the world and did an 8-week training camp for 1 minute of work? Like, I want to challenge myself against the best guys. I do this for the challenge. I don't do it for the money.
Yeah.
I'm not a stupid guy. There are ways that I could be making a lot more money outside of the sport. So I do this to test myself. I do this to challenge myself, and that was not a challenge. So I'm looking for a challenge, and I sense that challenge inside the top 10 division, the top 10, the best guys in the world. Hopefully they can bring that challenge.
Israel winning last night, your teammate, did that give you a little bit of a boost heading into this one with his incredible performance?
Yeah, we're frenemies is what we call it. Like, we're friends, but we're enemies. Like, we push each other to do better, and we don't let anyone kind of rest on their laurels. We're constantly challenging ourselves. So when I seen him have that clinical performance against Brad, I had to try and outdo him.
Dan, so it almost seems as though you're disappointed to get a very quick knockout. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
That's the first time I've never heard that.
Like, knocking people, I can knock people out. I can knock anyone out, but I want a good fight. I feel like the Jacasey fight was a good fight. That was a good back and forth battle. That was against, making one of the best fighters on the planet look very average. Was a very good performance. I enjoyed that fight. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this for the test, So not happy about the fight.
How did you think it would play out?
That's pretty much how my team thought it would play out. I come in here preparing for the worst. Like, I prepare for a challenge. That's why I work so hard. That's 8 weeks of training, 7 days a week. That's putting my life on hold. That's getting up in the morning. That's late nights. That's a lot of hours. That's taking time away from my family to come here. So I wanted a challenge. I wanted a test. I wanted to test my strength and my mental fortitude, if you understand that.
Who do you think represents the biggest challenge for you then in this division?
So most of the top 10 is either sitting out, just taking up space, or they're booked. They're booked over the next couple of weeks. So I think I want to see how these guys play out. Like, I'm not even talking top 15. I'm talking top 10. I'm talking the big names. I wanna be where Israel is. He's just cracked. They'll put him in the top 10. I want in the rankings. I want top 10. I want the same things. Like, I feel like I'm just as talented. I'm just as good, but I feel like I should be getting the same respect.
You talked about pre-fight Gilbert's weight cut, and you saw him on the scales yesterday. He looked a little bit rough. Do you feel like that played a factor here?
Yeah, you think those shots shouldn't be knocking a guy out. Like, I was barely touching him, and he kept falling over. And there can only be one thing: that's dehydration. He's big and he's inflated, but his brain is not hydrated. He's not hydrated. He's too big. He's too slow. Like, everything he was throwing, I could see coming because he's too big. And those shots shouldn't be knocking a guy out.
Should he go to 170? You think?
That's up to him. Like, that's not on me. If these guys want to keep cutting this weight, it's better for me. I would like to fight these bigger guys because they are too big. They're too slow. I don't see the benefit in it. So if they want to keep doing it, well, then better for me.
We've talked a lot about your frustrations at featherweight and that big weight cut and how it's affecting you mentally in the fight. Now that you're at lightweight, 4 straight, and they're all very impressive. Do you feel vindicated almost that you're showing us now sort of what you can, your potential, what you can do in that?
Yeah, I was doing my skills at disservice. Like, I was training like this. I was training at the level I'm supposed to be at, and then that last week, I was like pulling the rug out from under myself and doing my skill set at this disservice. So now I'm bringing the Dan Hooker that's in the gym for 8 weeks inside of the cage.
That was a very quick fight. How quickly would you like to get back to that?
Tonight, tomorrow, next week. Like, I would get back in there straight away. I say I want a top 10, but I ain't sitting around. Like, if you want to fight and you're thinking of a date, shoot me a message. I don't turn down fights. Sean Shelby knows that. Every name he's ever sent me, I've accepted. So let's do it again.
You say you're looking for a challenge. Who do you think is the toughest kind of challenge for you in that top 10?
I have no idea. Obviously, I can't predict who's going to be a good fight. Like, we just got to get in there. They say the top 10. They say the top 10 is the best guys in the world, and the guy who holds the belt, the champion, is the best fighter on the planet. I want to prove myself as the best fighter on the planet. So I want to work my way towards that guy. And if they keep giving me these other guys that aren't on my level, the UFC has like a due diligence. I feel like it's health and safety regulation. They're breaking some kind of health and safety code by putting me against these guys. They're getting them hurt. This isn't a game. I can seriously hurt people, so they need to give me someone on my level.
You called out Paul Felder after your last fight over Jim Miller. He fights tonight against Mike Perry. Granted, no, it is at welterweight if he moves back down to 155. Is that still a fight that interests you particularly, or is it really just anybody in the rankings you're going after?
Look, I called Paul out because he was standing there. I got nothing against the guy, but if we can put that together, let's put that together.
You and Izzy now, back-to-back nights, combined performances. I mean, it was just ultra impressive. Eugene Behrman wasn't really a name that I think a lot of people knew, and now all of a sudden this gym, both of you guys really coming up. Do you feel a sense of pride sort of showing out for him and the gym and all this coaching staff?
100%. The only reason I'm standing here is because of my coaches and my teammates in my country. Like my coaches and my teammates especially get me to this level. Like Israel was talking about it last night, that we train at the best gym in the world, and I thoroughly believe that, and I feel like we're just getting started. Like I got 10 more guys lined up that are ready to go, and they can compete on this level as well and do very well. So I feel like City Kickboxing is moving its way to being a world force. Boom.